Let's talk for a minute about the racists. This is a topic that is floating around all over the media right now and all across the socials, and I'm a person of color that was raised by white parents, so yes, I do in fact have some opinions about this. And let's be clear, I'm not talking about the sheltered or even the folks that are a little bit biased. There's a level of apprehension that comes along with new experiences, and that includes new people groups, that strikes me as being natural, as long as it doesn't control us or move us to prolonged idiocy. What I'm talking about is this Nazi quote-unquote movement, the so-called alt-right, and the KKK. Here are men and women that have been raised to believe that people of color, people like me, are less than human. Not even subhuman, more a classification just below a dog. For the most part, they've been neurologically programmed to literally see me as an object with no moral or human value. At least a lot of them. Some folks have looked at all the available options of worldviews and just chose to be racist, and we call them. But the real white supremacist, KKK, groups out there spreading their hatred. Let's see them for what they are. They're bullies. They are a minority population that must try to raise itself above by causing hurt and distress to the rest of the population, which is all of us, by the way. Because they're afraid. Yeah, I said it. They're afraid. Bullies are scared. They're scared of us, and they have not been taught any other reaction or rational response other than to attack and throw tantrums. It just so happens that we live in a country in which these people have a legal right to do the latter of those two things. And they use that to goad others into justifying the former. But if we can see them for what they are, bullies with no love in their hearts, their response for behavioral solution is actually pretty simple. Few things are more disarming to a bully than to find themselves as the source of amusement. What they want is for us to fear, because they fear. And there are two solutions to fear: love and humor. I'm trying my best to love my enemies, and that's what the Bible teaches us. I'm genuinely working on it. However, when that isn't working, when I'm so fed up with the outpouring of hate and argument and hostility and violence, I find a good deal of solace in the humor. So in that regard, I'd like to bring up something that's been troubling me about the rise in KKK activity that no one seems to be addressing. As much media representation that I see, as serious as these issues are, there's one thing that, to me, personally, stands above the rest, that I'm having a difficult time reconciling. The regional head of the KKK, a man of tremendous power and influence, and a person who calls the shots in regard to radical racists across the nation. This person is called the Imperial Wizard. And no one seems to think that's as funny as I do. I mean, here's a guy that's spouting off a line of racial propaganda and inciting pockets of the population to racially fueled hostility, and I'm over here trying to figure out if I should send my complaint letter to him by owl. I mean, yes, our president should definitely weigh in on this issue, and he was more delayed in that action than I would have liked, but I'm genuinely surprised we haven't gotten a statement yet from J.K. Rowling denouncing the KKK for its misrepresentation of the wizarding community. And the crimes against literacy don't stop there. This group has taken it upon itself to create its own words in the name of radical patriotism, including a delightful litany of alliteration used to entitle their officials, including Clayliff, Clocard, Clud, Clegrap, Clabby, Clad, Clarogo, and Clexter. Guys, these are not official titles. These are Pokemon names. Go! Clegrap! I choose you! So in the end for me, what it comes down to is this. There are groups of people out there that will treat me with open hostility because of the color of my skin, the shape of my face, and my geographic origins. These people are afraid of me and mask it behind hatred wrapped in a thin plastic layer of patriotism and religiosity. Yet, at their heart, these people are bullies. And bullies should not be feared, or really even engaged. Bullies should be ignored, or pitied, or even loved. And if you can't do those things, at least you can laugh at the ridiculousness of what they choose to stand for. Because these bullies, the white supremacists, the KKK, they're not even real bullies. They're nerds. I mean, they're headed by an imperial wizard, and they made up their own language. And as a nerd, I'm actually more upset about that. I shudder to think what the world's going to be upset about next week.
It's always going to be about upset.
We got to stop talking about the sun right now.
The world's
right?
going to be upset about how many people got blinded by the sun.
They had their warnings.
For staring into the sun.
Don't stare at the sun.
Don't look into the sun.
Like, at what point does that require a warning from every person I know? Don't stare directly at the... If you stare... By the time this has gone out, if you stared directly at the sun, look, I'm sorry, you deserve what you got.
Yeah, you probably can't even watch this video anyway.
You're not here watching this. You're in some sort of retinal burn wars.
Guys, I looked. I looked. Wow, we're mean. You're so mean. Because you know there's at least one person out there.
It really is. And there's somebody out there that just didn't know. Gosh. And I do feel bad for them. Do I though? Do you?
No.
Okay.
Again, as a child, you're taught, hey, don't stare directly into the sun. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. You can check out our other videos on our page, on the playlist of, you know, Brett and Davo are bad at vlogging. We're hoping to graduate from that term eventually. Probably not anytime soon.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Probably not. But make sure you guys go check out our other content. And remember, we got the 5A Summit coming up here August 30th at 7 p.m. We're super excited about that. We've been getting a lot of feedback, a lot of questions. So, hey, get your questions in or join us for the live event and you'll be able to ask your questions there. So, as always, thank you guys so much. We love you.
In the meantime, like, comment, subscribe,
Subscribe.
Share, and subscribe.
Subscribe.
Share, and subscribe.
Guys, make sure you subscribe down below.